Hey guys, it's Deni. As always, it's impossible to keep track of all the games that come out. No, of course, each of you notices when big projects come out. There's Starfield, for example, too, or something like that. But if the game didn't have a big advertising campaign, it's easy to miss it. That's why today I'll show you 15 really cool games that you probably missed. There will be mostly novelties, well, and a few last year's games, which many people did not notice. Click on the like, click on subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go.
Do you miss adrenaline and dynamic gameplay? The perfect place to get it all? Good old Crossout. Tense battles, dozens of different vehicles, and hundreds of parts for their customization are waiting for you. You can make a powerful, bulletproof tank and destroy your enemies just by the look of it. Or make something smaller, but fast, and get in the back of unsuspecting enemies. In any case, Crossout is the best place to show everyone who is a real pro. Download the game at the link in the description.
Let's start with a new beautiful space game in which you can go with your friends to explore the vastness of space. There is no main quest. You can do whatever you want. The main thing is to work in a team. You can fly through space and shoot blasters at asteroids, collecting something useful from them. You want to get serious? Well, there are marauders who don't mind playing with you and taking your ship apart. We'll have to fight back. Your ship is highly customizable, by the way. Yes, this is not surprising. You will have to defend a lot because in addition to the marauders, there may be flares in the sun, various asteroids that fly in on you and break the plating. In general, a full-fledged cooperative adventure space. The game is straight up good. If you do not want to spend even 1 cent on games, there is something cute, not badly made, dynamic, and most importantly free. Here is a new shooter, MicroVolts Recharged, and with an unusual toy style. As in any other shooter nowadays, you can choose some character, equip him with weapons, and go to shoot enemies on different maps. Did I say the game is new? It's new for Steam, and for many of you, but for some older players, this game has been around for about 10 years, maybe even a little more, and hasn't fared badly since. Overall, for a couple evenings with friends, it's good enough. If you need something not in the style of anime and toy, but rather something more serious, then here came out of the beta test Singseed. It's something similar to Battle Royale, only with some features. The main one is PvE monsters that you can tame, plus the characters you play as are different and with their own abilities. One can put you a shield, another generally flies like crazy, and so on. Add to this not bad graphics, and you get more than a cool game. And the plus is that it is also free. If you are not interested in shooting at all, and you want something peaceful and farming, then there is also such a game. And if you don't want to play the same Palia, and you want something else, then Fae Farm is here with much more adventures. Here we create a character and go to the magical world. You can cooperate with up to 4 people, create a farm, and explore the local world. You are waiting for a lot of creating items, a lot of construction, a lot of research, plus the game is fueled by magic and different monsters, which if you want you can beat with a stick, so it's not all nice and peaceful all the time. Fights happen. Well, and visually, you can see everything quite nice. How about an RPG in Trine 5, a Clokwerk conspiracy? An incredibly beautiful, very unusual story awaits you, but with characters familiar to fans of the series. If you do not know this series of games, also not so terrible. You can get acquainted with the 5th part at once. You will not miss anything and will understand what is happening. We play here for several characters at once, and naturally manage them can your friends or just random players on the network. Up to 4 people. What is nice, the game adjusts to the number of players, and even if there are a lot of you, it will not be easy. Well, the plot here is a separate candy. In general, a quiet masterpiece. Be sure to try it, especially if you're looking for a game for co-op. If you don't need co-op and you can play alone, then welcome to one of the best card games. This is Marvel Snap, where you'll find a variety of different character cards, cool graphics, and a huge variety of combinations on the table. This is the kind of game where you sit for 12 hours with no rest, and then say you'll play one more roll and go to sleep. And then you sit up until 7 AM and just pass out. All in all, great stuff. Without further ado, what about jumping through the different time eras of our world and becoming a real god? Sounds powerful, but you really can in this game. Ride dinosaurs, forge tools, travel the dunes, build a colony, besiege castles, automate and fly to the moon. I mean, you've realized that you can do whatever your brain desires here, but there is an unpleasant moment. There is no co-op in the game, and the game itself is not some kind of sandbox. It is linear and tries just not to stop surprising you. In general, interesting. This one is suddenly an MMO about space and your space colonies. This game was created a long time ago, then closed, remade, and reopened, and released on Steam. You can challenge friends and enemies to battle, fighting for loot and control of the galaxy, protect your colonies from rival attacks using defense towers, mines, unit bunkers, walls, energy shields, traps, and more. Also, you have to constantly expand your empire as if you were a villain from Star Wars, and accordingly, you will have to conquer the colonies of other players. In general, the thing is very fun. If you still haven't played Chorus, I envy you, because in my opinion, it's one of the best games where you basically fly a ship, and it is important to note that the game has a story, and not a bad one. You play for the girl Naru, who is literally merged with her ship, so the responsiveness of the ship here at the highest level. Add to this the excellent graphics, and we get a very stylish space shooter. And here is not a game, but a mod for Half-Life. Or rather, it is a full game, but only designed on Half-Life engine, so you will need it to run it. This is a story supplement, the events of which take place several years before Gordon Freeman's appearance in City 17. It tells about the internal contradictions within the resistance forces that arose during the rebellion against the Combine in the post-Soviet city of Central Asia. In the game, you will enjoy typical shooter and puzzles with physical objects. In general, if you like Half-Life, and the third part is tired of waiting, plunge into this one. Mod for 2 or 3 hours, but coolly made. I've tried to show you this game 10 times already, and I didn't know which of the videos to add it to. And now, the time has come. Here is ShieldWall, a fun game about Roman strategy and mass battles. You are a squad leader right on the battlefield. A full-fledged campaign with different missions awaits you, which is based on the real battles of Caesar. You will beat enemies, manage your squad, and give orders to the troops. More in the game constantly appear updates, new maps, and new battles are added. Really cool stuff. Finally updated Ravenswatch and added content to this stylish roguelike. The game was released in April and I liked it right away. It's a cooperative roguelike in isometrics with different characters, all with their own abilities, fighting style, and so on, you know? The minus of it was that the content when it was just released was not so much, and now with the update, the game added new enemies. There are new talents for all heroes, new bosses, and brought the second part of the story. Also, the developers continue to finalize it, which is also commendable. Vampire Survivor style games are really a moneymaker. It seems hard to imagine any new mechanics in this direction, but nothing like that. Soulstone Survivors has pumped this game to the max, bringing in a gigantic branch of talents, gear, almost endless pumping possibilities, and all this with really nice graphics. It's like taking Vampire Survivor and pumping all aspects from level 1 to level 80. DAC here there are 14 characters, and the game for time and bosses can also be infinite. All in all, definitely give it a try. What do you think about creating a whole city somewhere on the back of a huge dinosaur? You know, a Diplodocus, for example. But okay, it's not a Diplodocus, but something that looks like one, and as you can see, in this game it serves as our land. We are building, trying to please our inhabitants so that the settlement develops, and in addition, we need to establish a good contact with our monster, because if he dies, the whole settlement dies. There are technology trees, the development is different, and you walk through different biomes, which also makes its own adjustments to what is happening on the screen. At the very least, the game is very unusual. Art imitates death. This is almost the main slogan of this game. In practice, you and I will step into the illustrated world where we will find ourselves somewhere in the expanses of Europe of the 16th century as it was seen by contemporary artists. The main quest is to live. Choose your background and education. Get to know local colorful characters, maybe even famous ones, and then make different decisions that can seriously affect the future of the local population. Overall, cool. I hope you found something cool for you today, and therefore clicked on the like and subscribe too. Well, with you was as always Deni, and have a nice day.